Hello, Capricorn. This is Kat's Real Life Mystic Tarot, and welcome to your November 2019 reading. It's been I feel like the past couple months have been very transformational for everyone, and there's been a lot of um, tower moments, death moments, devil, a lot of tough energies, but I feel like it's a really exciting time for all of us and making changes. I've had a lot of cards involving self love, reconnecting with spirit, with your self esteem, transformation. And I'm expecting your reading to be similar. I'll tell you because I did a meditation for you, which I'm going to tell you about, but I got the Tower card for you. So I got the Tower card for November. Meaning, and it came in the upright, so there might be something that's going to be surprising. And the Tower card can be good or bad or just an awakening for you. But usually there's events that occur. Now, in your meditation, I had you were walking through the snow, and it was bitterly, bitterly cold, really cold, but really sunny. And if you live in, areas where it snows, you know that there are days like that where it's brilliantly sunny and sparkling, but so bitterly cold. And what I got from this is you didn't have to go out in the snow, but you chose to. So you chose to go out into this bitter cold and get the healing of being outdoors and in nature. And it did bring a smile to your face. I mean, and you were cold, but you were walking along in the snow, and it was bringing healing to you. And soon, it was kind of a neighborhood, although I didn't really see houses so much, but I saw people coming out, and they were starting to do their chores, and they were smiling and waving to you. And I felt that there was a real sense within this experience of well-being. So that really connects with my tower in a way that you're maybe choosing to make this change, a dramatic change that's not going to be comfortable for you, but brings a freshness, a newness, a revitalization, um, and a connection with others who are going through something similar. So, and it's not like you're out in the snow, but it's not like you know, you're on Mount Everest and the storm comes up. You're not in that much danger, but it is kind of just uncomfortable. But within it, you're kind of enjoying the ride. I mean, you're not really anxious to get to the destination. You're enjoying the experience of discomfort and comfort at the same time through the discomfort. So it was a really interesting meditation, and let's see what's happening in November. Now realize, of course, everyone, mentions this, but this reading can't be for every single Sagittarius that's out there. But hopefully some of it will resonate with you, and let me know if it does, if you do enjoy the reading. Um, I'm using the GILL tarot. This is a tarot that I use. I've used over the years for a long, long time, and I've just went back to it for a couple readings. And on the bottom of the deck, I have delay, which is Seven of Pentacles, which is meaning doing due diligence, doing the work, continuing to believe and have faith that the harvest will come. So that's one message for you. And the second message for you is moving forward, that things are going to change. It's not going to stay the same. It's not going to be, you're not going to be stuck in a difficult period. This is a process that you're going through. And yeah, and this is usually moving on to better things. The energies of the black and white, I don't know, they're kind of sphinxes, but usually horses, kind of want to go in different directions and that. So your thoughts, your mind might pass from negative to positive to this is no good to this is the perfect thing. And you just maybe vacillate this way, and just keeping on course and going forward, doing the work, is going to get you to a nice place. So let's see what's going on for November for Sagittarius. In my readings, I don't know if it's going to be a love reading, a career reading. We just go with it. It's always general. I'm going to give you everything um, that I get from it, and then in the thumbnail or the headline, you'll see what highlights came up. I will put, a headline to, hopefully resonate to those that the reading is for. All right, for Sagittarius November. Wow, all major arcana so far. There's the Tower coming up, so we'll know what's happening there. Wow, really interesting. Okay, guys, just preliminarily, we have justice in your second house, so balance is coming to your values and to maybe your assets, your money, and your talents. So if there's been trouble balancing financially, balance is coming, whether that could be like a loan coming in or paying off a loan or a new job possibly, or a new paycheck or some kind of compensation where you can balance your books. It also can be in what you value, and you're going to experience a balancing of the books in a way, like if there was any problem with, if you felt that you weren't, that karma wasn't being done, let's put it that way, that karma was not balanced, and it always does, you'll see that hard work, integrity, and that does pay off, and that if someone's cheating or doing something untoward, that they will get theirs in time. So there is a balancing, put it that way. In your third house, you're having an awakening to a calling from spirit. So spirit wants either you're thinking to be a certain way or for you to move in a certain direction. Listen to your intuition. There's something being told to you. In your fifth house, the Tower showed up, and now the Tower is in reverse in your fifth house. So something in a love relationship has occurred. So you may have found out something. There may have been a shock, something you'd never expected from someone, and this has occurred. So now you're choosing what you're going to do with it, and so that's a major arcana of the first round. And let's go to a second round of cards. And I was going to choose the GILL tarot. Okay, so let's see what else. So please clarify for Sagittarius for November. What can we do to help them understand their situation and to get through November in the best way possible? And I have 3 cards. Let me just show them to you real quick. There's 3 cards that popped out. So I have making a choice between work and kind of overwork. So you may be making a choice about your job, or about maybe you're doing 2 jobs. Maybe you're making a choice between working 2 jobs if you're moonlighting. You're going to drop the burden a little bit. Maybe the extra money you needed to make, you've made, and you can kind of let go of a second, moonlighting job, something like that. But this looks like it pertains to work, making a choice, and being overly burdened. So that's just something that came up just as a theme, it seems, in your reading. Okay, so let's clarify. Wow. Again, a lot of major arcana here. Okay, so let us go to just what's going on with you. So what's going on with you? 6 of Wands. So if you come into a victory of some sort, it looks like you have accomplished what you set out to accomplish. You're getting many accolades for what you've done. You've shown your ability to succeed. So you're coming across as someone who's a victor. There is a time now where you're allowed to just relax and rest, and you're reluctant to do so, but you must. So there is a time where you need to just, and it's a very exciting time in a way, but it's a time where you need to give yourself some healing and some rest. Okay, again, we had talked about your second house, so let me just talk about it right now. Balancing of karma, and just really understanding your wisdom. Basically, in your alone time now, you have achieved a certain amount of wisdom about how the world or spirit works. So you have an understanding under your belt now. This is something that you're able to really embody, and it's part of you to understand how the world works, to understand how spirit works, to be calm in situations that are trying emotionally. So if you did have something that happened in your relationships in your fifth house, it came as a shock. It came as very much a disappointment, but you were able to spiritually balance that within yourself, and you developed a lot of wisdom concerning that. So this is something that's under your belt, something that you have now that you can call upon at any time in the rest of your life, this ability. In your third house of your thoughts, and this was your calling. Your calling involves something that that's concerning moderation. It's concerning balancing of forces. It's concerning hard choices and hard passages in life. So, almost like you could do counseling for someone because you've been through it. You may be able to help others as well. So this moderation, and you yourself have been able to achieve moderation in your soul and your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. You've been able to achieve that. So very good. And we'll come back to this if it's pertinent to come back to. I'm going to move on to your relationship because here we saw something. And I have the work card came up again. So there's something, it's possible that if it's not relationship for you where something happened, it could have been in a creative project that you're doing. So we have the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, and it could also be okay, there's two things that could be happening. It could be something in your work, or it can be something with an earth sign. Kind of an earth sign from the Middle Ages, I would say like somewhere between 25 and 40, something around those, or 45 even, those age group. This person did something surprising, and they're usually a pretty steady force, so this came out of nowhere in a way. They were kind of like, to you, just kind of especially being a fire sign, you're probably finding them as just like a steady worker, somebody that is what do I want? Habitual, someone who does what they do on one foot in front of the other and does things in a very systematic way. And they did something very shocking to you. So let me get another card. Just let me get Queen of the Moon Oracle to tell us a little bit about that. So what happened to Sagittarius in this relationship or this creative project? What was the basic energy? What happened that really shocked them? And I have will. This person may have decided very spontaneously that they're no longer interested, that they're choosing a different path, something you never expected from them, that, you know, they just suddenly, instead of being a slow and steady person, they suddenly just changed direction very spontaneously and left you in the lurch a little bit. And if this pertains to a creative project for you, something shifted. Maybe someone was going to fund you, and then they suddenly decided, no, they're not going to fund you, or they're not going to, something fell out. So something like that. And then is there any advice? Is there anything we can also tell Sagittarius about this creative project? Is there a creative project or person? Any advice, anything to describe the situation? Anything else we can tell Sagittarius? Jupiter. So what I'm getting from that, being chased by this glare, what I'm getting from that is that you dodged a bullet, basically. Jupiter is, it's a lucky break for you. So let it be, Sagittarius. Let it be that. And so we'll move on. Okay, so let's go to the relationship house. In the 7th house, we have the moon in reverse and 3 of Wands. So the 3 of Wands is you were in preparation or starting to move towards building something of a committed type. And this could be in a business partnership or in a personal relationship that's, you know, of the committed sort. So it still pertains to either a creative project or a relationship. You were building in the relationship, or you were building in the project. And now we have the moon in reverse, where something really unexpected, something you never intuited, something you never expected happened. And it threw you out of a committed partnership with a person for business or for relationship. You've been thrown out. But like we were saying in the advice, it's better for you in that situation. It's better. It's going to be like you dodged a bullet. So it's okay. And in terms of your daily work that you do on a daily basis, you've had some negative thinking. You've had some negative thinking about the job, the daily work that you do. Problems. There could be a boss. That could be an air sign. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, that has been harsh, has had high expectations, has been unrealistic in their demands, has been very difficult for you to deal with, and has been keeping you up at night with worries or concerns about your daily work. So yeah, so now in terms of like a boss energy or somebody, it could be just somebody that you work with. I'm not certain what can be done, but what advice would you give Sagittarius about their day-to-day work, their daily work, and what's happening there? Is there any advice you can give Sagittarius to make it through? Should they need to keep this job, or should they walk away? What advice do you give? Self-love. Everyone's getting self-love this month. So there really is, this Scorpio energy is really about taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself, and everything else will fall into place. So in this case, I would say if it becomes abusive or just unrealistic, ridiculous, you will have to walk away. You'll have to take care of yourself. Meanwhile, this person realizes when someone behaves like that, it's really that they're pushing themselves, and that they're hard on themselves, and they're being hard on you in the same way. Try to disengage from any of the negative feelings that they're putting on you. It's really a projection on you of their own feelings about themselves. So try to disengage and self-love, take care of yourself, protect yourself. You're doing a good job. You're doing the best job possible, and just try to disengage from that. Now moving to your 10th house of career, and this is more your career aspirations. This is what you know, if your daily work's not what you want to do in the big picture, this would show you the big picture. It can also show you if your daily work is what you enjoy. This will show you the progression of that daily work. And what I'm seeing is a message is coming, but you have to wait. So there might be, if you're looking for another job, there might be somebody's telling you, hey, there's going to be an opening over at this other company, or there's going to be, there's this job where you can make twice what you're making now, or that type of thing. But you have to wait. You might have to prepare your resume or those kind of preparations in order to send it, but you also might have to wait because the hiring time is not as yet. But it could be a very interesting, excuse me, it could be very interesting for you. And let me get another card on what is this new, what is this career, what is this progression, what is this message for Sagittarius in their work, their career, their 10th house, their really their aspirations. What can we give them there? And I have patience. So it's wait, patience. Maybe if someone's giving you a hard time at work, their days are numbered anyways. So things may turn around in the job that you're at. So it's saying don't make any moves right now. There's a message coming. Listen for a message. It may give you an idea of what's going to occur in that. Whoops. Oh, no. My Mary fell. Put her back up. Sorry, Mary. My candle was in the way. There we go. It's all right. So, in any case, I think that's going to work out for the better if you can just hang on. Now, in your 9th house, and this would be religion, and it's your Sagittarius house. So it's religion, foreign places, foreign people, legal concerns, higher education. It appears that education and joy. So I feel like you might be completing your education. Some of you might be completing your education, or completing a training period, or completing a certain passage, and you're going to be celebrating with others. So maybe it's in connection with you coming in with the victory. You're actually having a success in this area. And it does have to do with your education or your ability to do the work that you're doing. It can also be in the 9th house. It could also be it's possible that there was a legal matter that's resolved in your favor. Or it can also be a religious situation where maybe a celebration within your, if you belong to a church group or something like that, or some sort of spiritual group, you may have found your people that you feel very comfortable with. So anything along that, I'm leaning a lot towards the education or the work success, since we had the success card earlier in your 1st house. Now in your 8th house, and this is sex, taxes, death, other people's money. We have, and deep psychological concerns. So we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, and we also have the World. So the 8 of Swords in reverse means that you came through a period of negative thinking, and these are, 8 of Swords is kind of negative thinking that holds you back. So basically the negative thinking has been imposed upon you through life experience, where people have told you negative things to control you or to put you down or to be, on top of you. So all these messages for at this time, you've put those aside and you've realized what they are for, what they are really, which is just garbage. So you were able to cast that aside, and this is a completion of a karmic cycle. So this was a very important passage for you. So this may be what's kind of spurring on this transformation, this tower event that's happening in November, where you're just not willing to be that doormat that other people wanted you to be, that you seem to come across as to them like they could take advantage of you, make you work harder, make you, because you're just nice or what have you. So you're casting aside that experience of being a doormat, and this tower event is where you're, you're separating from that, and you're going into a new period of life. So that looks really good. Now, in your social groups, this can be social media, um, Ace of Swords in reverse and an Awakening in reverse. So it's saying, don't pay too much attention to what's going on social media, or any social group, Facebook, whatever anyone's comments are, just let it go. I mean, you are on your path. We have the awakening again, and mentally, you understand where you're at. Anyone that dissents with your choices right now, they don't know. Only you know. So take anything anyone says with a little bit of a grain of salt. They just, they don't know, and you're on your way, Sagittarius. And something you don't know about in your 12th house, something that's going on below the surface, is things are going to, so now if you've had a lot of options, you're going to start making a choice. And there's probably going to be two choices that you really like. And you may try to do both of those. And this, it's a pentacle, two of pentacles, so that it could be a work card. It could be two people as well. It could be like choosing between two possible love interests. You're narrowing down. You've had a lot of options in the past, but right now you're kind of narrowing it down to two different people or two different job options, things that you're interested in. So yeah, it's looking good. I hope that was helpful for you. Let's get a card. Let's see. Let me get a card from this is the Enchanted map. And just let us know, Spirit, whatever you can tell us for Sagittarius for November. What energies are at play? What process are they in November? Even tell us something about the Tower event if you can. Like what is happening here? What is this progression that Sagittarius is going through? Oh wow, Golden Palace. So just from the looks of the card, I know it's a good one. No, this is not a tarot card, so I'm going to read it for you. This number is number 23 or 5. 5 is like an adventure moving forward. And this says, okay, I'm missing the glare. There's always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth, and prosperity. It may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you are entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. The message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So on that note, Sagittarius, it looks like things are looking up and you're standing up for yourself, no longer the doormat. You are moving forward. You're letting things go that were unhealthy for you, and it's a new lease on life for November. And even if things get difficult, you're going to be smiling through the difficulty because you know you're on path. So thanks, Sagittarius, and I'll see you next month.